Hello, I am Miguel Alejandro Hinolan Bulacan, aka Phoenix Kid Gamer. But this time, this is another coach video like I did before. This is for my school, so this is my MAPE performance task. Anyway, let's get to it. I will discuss the basic passes and dribbles. So the first skill that we are going to learn is the dribble. So we are gonna learn the two types of dribbles, the low dribble and the high dribble. So this one is gonna be the low dribble. So first, if you're gonna be in a running stance, you have to get into position, but then I will demonstrate how to do it in a steady position. But then if you want to do it in a running position, you have to be moving with the ball. So you have to be pushing it. So I'll do it in a steady position. So in a running position, you would have to low dribble. So a low dribble looks like this.
Now I will start to explain Newton's first law of motion.
So for science, the first law of motion, Newton's first law of motion is an object at rest will stay at rest and an object at motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. So while I am dribbling, when I dribble, if I keep dribbling, it will continue moving because the object is in motion. It will keep being in motion. But if I let it fall, for example, from a height, like if I throw it, it will keep falling until it hits the ground, like speed up. But then when I stop dribbling, when I stop dribbling, that's the unbalanced force. So that is Newton's first law of motion in action. So to do the low dribble, step 1, keep low, bend your knees, keep low, bend your knees, and then do the low dribble like this. So zooming in, you have to use your fingers. Don't palm it right directly like this because it makes you lose control of the ball. So, and keep control of the ball. Keep it straight like this. Make sure your hands are making it directly up, not to the side, but keeping it centered. So using your fingers, do like this. So one thing, a skill that I learned, is that you have to close your eyes while doing this to make sure that you've got the hang of it. Because in a real basketball match, you'll have to be running, and don't look at the ball because you're supposed to aim for the hoop to score points. So just do this. So don't look at the ball while running. So while in a running stance, you'll have to be controlling the ball and keeping it steady. So fully it looks like this. Bending into position, then doing this. Mostly with the fingers. This is how you do the dribble. You just bounce it with your fingers. Onto the high dribble. So the next dribble we are going to do is the high dribble, which is demonstrated like this. So the low dribble is of course low as it said in the name. The high dribble is not high. So I will do it step by step, but not in a running pose, but in the steady pose. Because running is a lot trickier and the camera can't follow. So it'll do like this. So position yourself in a steady, and then use your hand. Don't palm it like this. Do not smash it, or it'll force more. Go for more force. Like in a moderate form. So remember to keep it steady, just like we did with the low dribble. So close your eyes if you want to start practicing it. This will help you do it when you're running for the hoop, when you don't have time to look at the ball. So the next thing that we're gonna do is on to the passes. So the first pass that I am gonna demonstrate is gonna be the chest pass. So I am gonna demonstrate it like this. So let my dad show it. So the chest pass, what I just did was a bounce pass, which I'm gonna explain later. Chest pass is a type of air pass where it passes in air. So step with the dominant foot and then position yourself like this, and then do this and then throw it in the air like that. So make sure to catch it properly don't let the force push. So step and then push like this.
This is an example of where Newton's second law of motion takes place.
So Newton's second law of motion states that the acceleration is proportional to the net force, and then it is also inversely proportional to the mass. This states the formula force equals mass times acceleration. In other words, it means more force equals more acceleration. If I passed gentler, the ball wouldn't have accelerated much to pass to the teammate and instead would make a bounce pass. But then, to make a chest pass, I have to do it with more force to pass to my teammate, so the ball accelerates more. That is Newton's second law of motion in action. So, a common mistake that beginners do is that they do it with one hand only. So, what I did was two hands, but then beginners do it with one hand only. So, tip, do it with both hands for more power. So, full demonstration, stepping forward, position, throw. So the next pass we're gonna do is the bounce pass, which is demonstrated like this. Step forward, just like that, so position myself, and back. Make sure it bounces. So a key point is make sure it bounces 3/4. With all of the passes, we step forward with our dominant foot. So, and then we position ourselves like this. Then we throw it out just like the chest pass. Make sure you're facing it directly into your teammate. So, like that. So it's most recommended doing it here at the stomach level. So, maximum force. So it's just like the chest pass, but you have to do it. You have to bounce it. So full demonstration, step forward, position, then do this. Do it with both hands. On to the next pass, we're gonna do the overhead pass. So this is the final pass that I am gonna demonstrate, which is the overhead pass, demonstrated like this. Okay, not like that. Wait, let my dad show. So step forward and with the ball over the head. So this is best did when a rebound happens. A rebound is when the basketball is struck from the hoop from the rim. So step forward and then just like the chest pass or the other passes, we push in like that.
Finally, I'll explain how Newton's third law of motion works.
Newton's third law of motion, third and final law of motion, states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, the equal action that when the pass is being thrown, when receiving it, the action is that the ball falls into my hands. When I receive it, the ball falls into my hands, and then the reaction is that I'm lifting it up, supporting it. That's, in short, Newton's third law of motion in action. And then throw like this. So one more demonstration, full demonstration. Step forward, put it overhead, and then like that. So this is the end of the video. Click that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and this is for my MAPE performance task, and goodbye.